morning, everybody. Welcome to day 8 of our 90-day run. 82 more days. I hope you guys are seeing the shifts in your business. Would love you to put a 1 in the chat if you're seeing a shift in your own posture. We've been having a lot of conversations, and it's kind of like when you start to go live on Facebook, it sucks in the beginning, but after you do it every day for like 5 days, 6 days, your posture shifts. You're not afraid, it's a lot more comfortable. Same should be going if you're actually having these reach outs and you're turning the text messages and the Facebook Messenger and Instagram Messenger into conversations. You should notice that your posture is starting to shift as well, which is a good thing. It's kind of part of that. It's another benefit of doing all of this. Today's lesson from Eric was a really good one. I think you guys are going to love it. Before I get into there's a couple lessons. He went on a sidebar that I want to address first that I thought was great. There's this idea of all these social media influencers. And I think when we first get into this business, you think like, oh, if I can just flip that influencer, then, oh my gosh, look at how many followers they have. If I could just get that professional athlete, look at how many followers they would have. If I could just get that doctor, look at how many patients they have. And he made a very good distinction here and gave a very good talk track for having those conversations, because a lot of people go after these folks, and we go after them in a way where we're begging for them to come on board, or we make it seem as like, oh my gosh, if this guy could just endorse my product, then holy cow, it would really flip my business. And you and I both know we don't need any more endorsements. We have plenty of professional athletes. We have plenty of doctors. We have plenty of high power people that endorse this product, and we don't need that. So if you're going to talk to a professional athlete, a social media influencer, a doctor, the conversation is really, well, the doctor, I would put them in a separate category. I can talk about that in a minute, because I have had a lot of conversations with doctors. But the professional athletes and the social media influencers, one of the things that Eric said out of the gates that I thought was, I just love when people get right to the truth. And he said, the vast majority of social media influencers are broke, right? So you all just need to realize that views and money do not mean the same thing. Likes and money do not mean the same thing. So what do you want, Mr. Social Media Influencer? Do you want more likes, or do you want to make money? Do you want more views, or do you want to make money? Same thing with Mr. Professional Athlete. Do you want more fans, or do you want to make money? If you want to make money, then I have a vehicle and a solution. But what I need from you is I need you to go back to your training camp days. I need you to bring the work ethic that got you to where you were in that particular career, or where you are in that particular career. I need you to bring that to the table. And if you can bring that to the table, then, and we put that with the vehicle that I have, and you're coachable and you're willing to, bring that amazing work ethic that I know is still in you, then we have something. But, these athletes and these social media influencers that think that they're going to show up and just kiss babies and sign autographs, like, we don't need any more of that. That's just going to waste your time. So hopefully that is valuable to you. If you feel like you have been, or you want to chase those people, that's a great conversation that you can have with them. Okay. For the real lesson today, hopefully that was a lesson too, but the real lesson today is to get to have conversations. Eric says that this is his favorite of all of the ways to reach out to people. Like, this is his favorite conversation. So the conversation really goes like this. And this is for anybody. You could do this to direct, indirect, super indirect. You could do this to your hot market, your warm market, your cold market, but you could go to them and ask them, have you ever thought about starting your own business? If the answer is no, then you ask them why not. And, here's some of the answers that you're going to hear if they say that, no, they haven't. I'm too busy. I don't have the money, not enough time, not enough support. I don't have a good idea. Never thought I could. You can see where he's going with all of this, right? So, but what you need to realize and why this question is so powerful is you just need to know going into this and asking this that the vast majority of people would want to go into business for themselves. That's just the truth. Okay. If they knew that they couldn't fail, they would go into business for themselves. If they knew that they could find a good idea and something that they were passionate about, they would go into business for themselves. If they knew that they wouldn't have to leverage their house, they wouldn't have to risk things for their family, that they would not fail, they would go into business for themselves. But the reality of it is it's too scary for the majority of people. And they don't want to risk, first of all, they don't want to risk the comfort. They don't want to risk their home. They don't want to risk their family. They don't want to risk how people may look at them. When you look at what the average small business owner spends in their first year, they spend $55,000 to start a business. So just think about that. Those of you who question if you should go to conference and spend, maybe $500-$600 on a ticket and sharing a room and some food for the weekend, holy cow, the average business owner is spending $55,000 just in their first year. So a lot of people don't feel like they have the money to do so. And a lot of people don't feel like they're talented enough, or they have the ability to attract top talent to start a business. But just know that if all of those things could be squared away, then they would definitely, absolutely 100% want to start a business and go into business for themselves. So Eric asked people in this accelerator program, if you started your own business, how much did you spend in your first year to get started? And the numbers are like 70,000, 80,000, 220,000. They were very, very high numbers. And he asked people to put a 5 in the chat if they just simply what it would mean to them to just get their money back, not even to be profitable, but just to get their money back. The vast majority of people are not successful in their first year of business. I don't know if you know that, but I attended Tony Robbins Business Mastery, and like 90% plus people that start a business are not profitable. They're not successful in the first year. Most businesses fold after that first year. And so that's why people are so nervous, because it's a lot of money to spend and the statistics are totally stacked against people. But just know that the dream is there. People want the dream. They just don't have any idea how to get there. Okay. So what a great place to say, well, you know what, if they say no, they've thought about it, but they've never really, thought that they could do it. This is a great opportunity for you to transition and to, tell them this is why you were reaching out. You could say something as simple as, well, gosh, Lauren, this is part of the reason why I reached out. I see you as somebody who would be working for themselves. And it actually kind of looks weird to me that you're not running your own show, because you're so powerful. You have so many great ideas. You have the ability to pull people together, blah, 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 blah. So, the reason I was reaching out was to ask you if there was a way, and this is where you use all the things that they just told you in the conversation of why they've never done it. And you provide solutions for all those things. So, if they say that they couldn't find an idea, well, what if there was a proven product already on the market, right? What if there was a proven process? What if regulatory was already finished? What if there's a way for you to try this system that's already baked out for a very low entry? You don't have to spend $55,000, which is the average amount of money that small business owners spend in the first year. What if you could get in for under $100? Would you be willing to learn more about this opportunity that I have that could allow you to have access all of the benefits of traditional business ownership without the things that are usually holding the majority of people back, which everything that you said, it's not consistent with just you, Lauren. That's what everybody, that's what's holding everybody back. All right. So if I were to show you a way where you could get all of the benefits of traditional business ownership without the things that are typically holding people back, the risk, doing everything yourself, working crazy hours, leveraging things that you don't want to leverage, your home, your family, the things that your family loves, would you be interested in having a closer look? Right? Now, what if the person says, yes, I am a business owner, or, I already have a business? Well, this is a great opportunity for you to just have a conversation with them. First and foremost, start off and compliment them. Say, hey, Lauren, gosh, I commend you, because most people don't have the courage to stick their neck out there. As somebody who's also an entrepreneur or thinking about entrepreneurship, we're just getting started. And I would love to hear, what lessons have you learned? Like, I would imagine that you could probably tell everybody, you could give a seminar on all the things as to what people shouldn't do in order to have success, and get them talking, listen to them. There's probably some things that you could, you will hear. And when you ask them how they've overcome them, more times than not, they still haven't overcome them. And maybe they're tired and looking for a better way. You have no idea, right? So this is Eric's favorite thing. And you can ask this question to absolutely everybody. But what you need to remember is you need to make sure that when you start these conversations in text message, that you're getting them over, to a live conversation, because that's where all the magic is. So try this one on for size. The challenge today is to reach out in the next 24 hours and have 5 conversations like this, 5 conversations with asking the questions if they have ever thought about going into business for themselves, and why haven't they? And if they have tried it, or they are in business for themselves, what have they learned, right? Our job is to have conversations. And what is all of this doing? It's starting up a conversation. It's giving you the opportunity again to present your product and your business. You're educating more people. So hopefully this has been helpful. Would love to hear how things are going for you. I hope you have a great day. It's Tuesday. It's day 8. Make it a great one. Remember, tonight we have Stacy Whitmer at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time coming to pour into us and make sure that we are putting everything into practice that she is putting into practice coming off of that Level Up event. And she's going to share what her key takeaways were and how she's putting it into practice for her team. So have a good day, and we'll talk soon.